Nice.
All right.
I like the little graphic right there. Looking good.
So the first thing we got is last week versus the Jets. Mike White had himself a day.
Yes, he did.
And you just look here, 3-on-2. You throw this ball in the flat. This isn't a screen. This is just a check down. He's got a blocker obviously up front. But you look at plays like this, bad angle right away. Bad angle. Allows himself to get pushed out. So it turns into an explosive play unnecessarily. And you're going to see that'll be the theme on all of this stuff.
I watched some of this game and just seeing their pursuit angles, like you said, pursuit angles, breaking down, coming to balance. And this is basic, but that sometimes, like I said, NFL coaches just like don't have the patience to coach it when they should be emphasizing it at this level. Basically,
I'm gonna give you one of my because I taught tackling in the NFL, right? And one of my biggest pet peeves, and it because we used to teach guys to tackle with their arms out, okay? And what started happening, amongst other things, is you can get your arms chopped down, but also like your shoulder out like this is not a source of strength all of a sudden, right? If your shoulder's extended, that's how it gets popped out.
Yep.
So what you should be doing is always kind of shooting from, I call it hips to hands, but shooting with your hands through the ball, through the body. You can punch the ball out from here, but this is a source of strength.
Yeah.
What these guys all do across the league, dude, I'm talking about defensive tackles, linebackers, DBs, but especially young guys. They just run into plays like this. So watch this safety. Receiver makes a catch on the 45-yard line, and he doesn't even try to wrap up.
He comes into a shoulder hit. Yep.
He just hits into that little shoulder hit like that's going to knock somebody out. First of all, you're not even allowed to hit the guy in the helmet to actually knock him out anymore. And you decided not to dive and take out his legs. The one gift you could give this guy is, hey, I'm just going to hit you with my shoulder on your shoulder pads and hope you fall over.
Yeah.
Like, this is rampant across the league. It drives me insane. But
Me too.
These guys are super guilty of it.
Oh, yeah. It drives me insane. Just come in there with a proper, as they say in the rugby space, proper tackling with the arms, engage, and take them to the ground, basically.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Here's another one. Like, man, bounce the responsibility there.
So we talked about Sanborn, right? Rookie. Yeah. Good,
57.
Replacing Roquan Smith. Tough ask. Tough at middle of the season.
Yeah. That's
okay.
Tough.
So they're in man coverage here. He's confused. That's what I'll say. They run the little play action. Oh, where'd he go? Where'd who go?
Right.
It's just there's just little mistakes. You just go unnecessary, unforced errors, right? So when these guys shift over 53 and 57 here, basically they have a rule, and the rule is the back exits to my side, he's mine. Your side is yours. That's it. The other guy drops into coverage, right? He's the extra man. They both bite hard on the play action and just get beat. So these are opportunities for the Green Bay Packers all day long. We could see there. Let me go back here, AG. Sorry.
No problem.
So we got this. Look, I'm highlighting this up top to just demonstrate that we got a 3-by-2. Basically, we got a back in the backfield, so it's a 3-by-1. But your two receivers are going to exit to the right. You got three receivers to the left. And it's definitely some form of man coverage over here because you're man-to-man on the 20-yard line on the top of the screen. You got the safety lined up with the back. There's nobody else to cover him. The linebacker's over on the other side of the quarterback. Okay, so the safety on this side now. You've got your tight end. You got your two receivers. You got two cornerbacks out, linebacker, and you've got a safety. So you can guess they're either playing some form of man or some form of zone, but they're going to zone to that side with the safety heavily leaning on that side, right? Why? Because they've already shown that they're in man coverage on the other side, right? And you got a trips look. You got a trips look down on the bottom of the screen. So when we run stuff like this, now it's crazy, right? Because you remember this, dude, like better than I do. But linebackers can't really carry this inside slide anymore. You got to keep right now. He's like, you got to keep his hands off him. We barely can touch him.
Yeah.
So he can't reroute this guy. But the safety's drifted all the way to the middle of the field. And so all of a sudden, this is a really easy read. You talk about Mike White having 3 touchdowns last week and throw it for over 300 yards. It's like, dude, I could throw this pass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So the safety is influenced by that receiver that ends up catching the touchdown because you think he's going to cross his face.
Yep.
So he bells to the middle of the field just for his coverage responsibility, not seeing what was coming at him with the concept of the route, basically a flood route concept right there.
That's exactly what it is. And,
You know.
and AG, talk about, so when the receivers are all bunched in, so all the receivers, you got trips to the field, but everybody's inside the number, right? So that's telling you that your immediate thought is, okay, well, they must be crossing the field. They're either doing one or two things. They're crossing the field, or they're all going to run a flood route, right?
Yep.
Right now, as soon as the first receiver takes the flat, this safety right now should know that, dude, I'm in the wrong spot.
He's way off because you got the first receiver that was a number one count going straight to the sideline. You got the second receiver taking the middle of the field, and the first guy, who's the inside guy, goes up and then comes back out. So that's a flood concept, and that's I learned that in college.
Yeah.
You know, but we didn't run the ball in high school. Once I got to Nebraska, I remember learning that for the first time, and how can a defense, how it could beat a defense if they don't play it right, like on that play right there.
So and the point we're just trying to emphasize, like everybody makes these mistakes, but these are the kind of mistakes that are being emphasized by the opponents of the Chicago Bears, because I think in large part because of their youth and their inexperience within this defense.
100% there.
So the run game, and this is just missed tackle after missed tackle after missed tackle. I think I should. I just have the end. This isn't Breece Hall, dude. This is
I know this kid. My daughter Amani. Actually, she's a strength coach at the training. He's from Dallas, Texas, so he trains at the place she works at.
Oh, cool.
And I met him, and nice kid, and I just gave him a couple nuggets of information. I said, hey, same foot, same shoulder. When you get through the hole, you got a big, heavy linebacker or even a D lineman. Use that to your advantage, stuff like that. And always keep the ball high and tight no matter where you're at. And two hands on the ball if it's a winning situation, you're trying to drive the clock down. So I just gave him a couple nuggets like that, and been watching him. He's been progressing really well. Yeah,
so check. I think he sheds 3 on this clip. So we got Sanborn again.
Yeah, coming down. He's in a good position to shoot, but he doesn't come through with it.
Yep, gets flat-footed here, and then gets this. This is disrespectful. Oh God, it's disrespectful.
Yeah, still form like that. Coming full speed for a defender, you're losing because most of your momentum. And that stiff form is going to basically, so what we saw, it becomes like a ricochet effect. It's easy for a running back to get away with that.
Why do you think when if I was running full speed, because we both played offense, but we both played rugby.
Yes.
And they call them handoffs in rugby. Like a handoff is not a handoff in rugby. A handoff is like a stiff arm in rugby.
Yeah.
And handoffs work great in rugby. And I always wonder, it doesn't really make any sense to me why they work if I'm running full speed, but man, oh man.
It depends. And so what happened, how that one was really how it looked like it looked, is because all his legs, like his momentum is all his upper body going forward. And then he doesn't have his legs under him. He's kind of almost diving at him. So when he hits that arm, that's where you see the head go back and the body you almost flip. Look like you're forgetting being flipped almost.
That's exactly what he looks like. He looks like he's being flipped. It's sad, man. All right, so I love highlighting some good offensive line play. So the Jets do a great job here of gathering both these guys up on the outside toss. What I want you to see, though, is 53 and 55. So they're running the tight end backside. Like this is the standard play that we show this at least once a week because every team in the league runs it.
Yeah.
53. So 57. I'll just give it away now. He's going to come backside and play the backside B gap. 53 just jumps inside here. And as you watch this play out, you go, "Well, wait a second. Why did you do that?"
Oh my God!
He's giving away the farm. I mean, AJ, is this the most egregious thing?
Because
egregious thing you can do.
The receiver in motion is going to keep me outside.
Yeah.
Just that motion right there. I'm like, okay, I want outside leverage. I'm the edge linebacker. I'm the edge defender. Outside leverage. So let me push to his outside shoulder to make this running back cut back inside. I mean, that's special. I learned that on special teams. Being a gunner or being a blocker, let always push the return back into the middle of the field to where there's bodies that can hit him and tackle him. So that's what he should be doing here.
The tackle and the right guard honestly can't believe this situation worked out as perfectly as it did. They didn't even have to block 53
Right. So
to get a 20-yard run.
He blocks himself, and then boom, like you said, yeah, they go find extra people. That's where you guys would go find extra guys downfield, basically.
So these two were for the Falcons. It's right guard, right tackle Lindstrom, and I forgot the tackle's name. Or we're actually first-round draft picks in the same draft. McCrary, I think.
Mhm.
Watch this. And we're this. I don't even know if this is a highlight, but it's kind of fun to watch. You know, the Bears get the piss knocked out of them. So let's just give it a shot.
Right.
This is box office. Bye bye.
Oh my goodness.
And then look at the second level with Lindstrom, the right guard. And
Yeah,
this is the kind of stuff we talk about, right? 45, the linebacker. If you don't attack
He did
right now,
he took
like,
a false step inside first. Let's just do that. They're coming towards him. He false steps inside, and now he's already behind. He's behind the ball.
I just look at it this way: if as a guard, if I'm allowed to knock the hell out of the defensive end and rise, you are not doing your job. Like, that defensive end should go over and hit that linebacker right in the mouth. Like that guard should be paying a price for having to be able to extend his arms and throw me on the ground by you ear-holing him, right?
Right.
And he not only doesn't get ear-holed, he rises and captures the edge on this dude.
Right.
That's big time, man.
Man.
Okay. And I had to leave this one in, AG, because hey, do you know what personnel this is? Because you haven't seen it in a long time. This is in the middle of the field. This is just for fun.
So we got 2 tight ends, fullback, and a running back.
That's
so
22, baby.
Oh, okay. 22
We're at
personnel.
22. This is old school.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
22 personnel. I just wanted to appreciate somebody who's running 22 personnel still in the National Football League and running it well.
Textbook.